Hi everyone, I'm Clem and welcome back to my channel. Today it's Wednesday, which means it's time for another Top 5 Wednesday. Today's topic is actually, I could pick whatever topic I want because we got a free pick because the subject were best late. So I decided to take a subject that was for the month of August, I think, and it's the second book is the best. So the first book I'm going to talk about is Catching Fire in the Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins. Catching Fire is my favorite book in the trilogy. For me it's the best book in the trilogy. I love everything that's happening in this book because I love the arena. Everything that's happening in the arena is amazing and I love the concept of the arena, like everybody knows, but the fact that it's a clock, I love this concept. It's absolutely amazing. And I also love everything that's happening around the game and between Katniss and Peter. It's really the beginning of the final, everything is putting into place, the resistance and stuff like that. And it's not boring. I'm not saying that the last one is boring, but there is a huge part of the book where nothing really happened and it's just political talk and stuff like that. So that's why the second one is my favorite one. The second book I'm going to mention is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. So it's the second book in the Mortal Instruments series. And for me, it's one of the best / one of my favorite book of the series. Because the first time I read it, I knew that Jason and Clary weren't brother and sister. So it was really interesting to see that actually they couldn't be together because they thought they were brother and sister, but still they were tempted to do things together, like to kiss, and they both love each other, so it was really interesting and intense. But at the same time it really pissed me off because I knew that they were brother and sister and I was like, if you want to kiss, kiss, you can kiss, you're not brother and sister, so kiss. So at the same time it's really intense but really frustrating, and that's why it's my favorite one. I know it's weird, but also that's why I also like City of Glass, because in City of Glass we finally understand that they're not brother and sister and they then go back together, and yeah. The next one is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. So it's the second book in the Throne of Glass series. And so far I only read the first 3 books in the series, but I can tell and I know that Crown of Midnight is going to be my favorite one and the best one, because it's in this book Selena was still enjoyable because I don't like her, she's really a pain in the ass, and in this book she was still enjoyable, and there is all this relationship with Cale that I really enjoy, and I love Cale. I know a lot of people don't like him. I don't know why. I still don't know what he does in Queen of Shadows or Empire of Storm or Tower of Dawn, so I don't know why you don't like him, but so far I like him, even though he's sometimes idiot and says stupid things, but I still like him. And I really like all the plot there were in the Crown of Midnight, because there is all this thing with Selena discovering her heirloom and stuff like that, and all the fairy stuff and all the things that hidden from the people about the fairies and all of this, so it was really interesting. Next up we've got Hollow City by Ransom Rick, so it's also the second book in the Miss Peregrine trilogy. I'm a complete fan of the Miss Peregrine Home for Peculiar Children trilogy. I fell in love with it. I was a bit disappointed by the movie, but it's not the point. And Hollow City for me was the best one. It was really the best one. The first one was interesting because there is all this world building and the story is building up, so you discover all the characters and stuff like that. The last one was a bit long but really interesting, but the second one is, there's so many things happening. There's a lot of action, cliffhanger, plot twist, and it has this sort of quest in it. I'm not going to tell you if you haven't read it, but the children are doing this sort of quest, and it's really interesting because it gave me some sort of Percy Jackson vibes and I was completely into it. And also the ending was amazing. It completely blew my mind. I remember that I closed the book and I was like, where's the third one? I need the third one. I absolutely need the third one to know what's happening after, because I didn't know what to do after I finished this book. I was like, yeah, what? And last but not least, I'm going to mention Prodigy by Mary Lou. So it's the second book in the Legend trilogy, aka one of my favorite trilogy of all time. And Prodigy is a masterpiece. Just like all the other trilogy I mentioned, the first one was really amazing and the last one was good, but like it's a conclusion to a series, so there's a lot of political talks and stuff like that, and it broke my heart, the last one, so it's not really my favorite because it really hurt me. But the second one was amazing. I remember that at the time there is this thing that you believe it's going to happen and you don't really know if it's going to happen or not, and then when you finally know like what's happening, you're like, oh my gosh, I was so scared for like more than 100 pages. So yeah, but it's really an amazing trilogy, and Prodigy is a masterpiece. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to share and to like this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tell me like if you think the same, or like what's your favorite second book in a series. I would love to know. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye guys!